Hello and welcome to your reading. Today it's going to be an in-depth reading on how can I release my ex. So I'm going to ask a few questions of spirit guides to look at how you can release your ex partner, husband, wife, look at how we can release them from your energy field so that you can move forwards and so that you can, be clear of it and form a new relationship with someone else if that's what you would like. But if you've been feeling like, how have you been seeing it in readings all the time, release your ex, and you're like, well, how do I do that? Well, let's see what Spirit has to say in regards to that relationship, what your learning was, and moving forwards how you can release it. So we have 4 groups here. We have this first one, which we have a charm. So in each one we have a charm and a card, and this is a little bunny rabbit. And then we have this card here, this picture, very strong. The second group here we have, if you can see it okay, the octopus, and this card picture here. The third group we have a key and the third picture. And then the fourth one is the star and this picture. So pick which charm or picture that you feel most drawn to, and I'll get started with your group 1 here. Hello group 1. So let's have a look at the question here is, what learning did you receive from the relationship? Okay, so this can give you a little bit of a deeper understanding of why this relationship came into your reality in the first place and what was the learning around it for you. So we have harmony, fulfillment of wishes, partnership and alliances, opportunity beckons, new vitality, and finding balance. Okay, and I'm just going to get here another card. We'll shuffle out from this deck here. So what was the learning you received through this relationship? I'll just put these ones out later. And I'm just going to do an energy one as well. Okay, so let's get the messages, please. So the learning that you received from this relationship, I feel like this relationship here gave you a sense of, because I feel like with the fulfillment and wishes, I get this sense here, and this card here, the one that you chose, there's a strength about this, and there's this sense of leveling up. I feel like your previous relationship was showing you that what you're capable of bringing in. I get the feeling like in the past, before this relationship, perhaps you had negative experiences, but within this relationship you learned about harmony and connection, and you felt a sense of fulfillment. Okay, and you were shown like you had a partnership, and this person sort of held your hand, and it was very balanced, and you felt that there was this healing within this relationship. That's what I feel. So the learning for you was this healing, and it was about seeing the sort of relationship that you're worthy of. Okay, and there was a lot of learning for you on this, and I feel like with this opportunity beckons, I just feel like with your relationship that there was just something missing within this relationship. And I feel like it was a pretty good relationship and showed you that you were worthy, and that, you know, shows you that you can have a balanced and harmonious relationship with someone else. But I get the sense here that you were just feeling like there's something else, that the connection just had ended. Okay, it had evolved to its full capacity. So I feel like I do get this sense that for you, this relationship was only meant to be for a short time. Okay, I definitely feel like it was just for the both of you to have this evolvement, this growth. Okay, and I am getting a side message for somebody, that for some of you this this relationship was more of a monogamous relationship, but I get this sense that you're looking for a relationship that might be more of a polyamorous relationship. And I felt like this relationship really gave you the learning about opening your heart and connecting with someone more deeply. But I feel like this is just for somebody particular that's watching, that I'm tuning into. Okay, it won't be for all of you, of course. For some of you, I just feel like it just had finished its course. It was only meant to be for a short time to teach you about balance, harmony, and being in a really healthy partnership. And it's really going to take you forwards. Okay, it's really going to bring you to somebody who's going to be really really either in for the long haul, or somebody who's going to be more aligned with what you're wanting in regards to a relationship. Okay, but this was just a stepping stone. Now with the we're just going to grab these cards out here. We've got rest and rejuvenation and inner child. So I feel like with that inner child, that with, again, it's just clarifying what I was feeling about you learning your worth. And I feel like because your inner child was wounded, or growing up, or in past relationships, you never felt quite worthy and didn't understand, you know, a balanced partnership. But this partnership that you had, your ex, has given you that, shown you that you can have that sort of relationship. Some of you may have had like divorced parents, okay, and have not got to see a balanced relationship. So this, even though you have separated, you got to see that you can have that. Because I don't feel like this is like a heavy breakup. I feel like this is more of an amicable breakup between the both of you. It's like you just knew things were coming to an end, and so you just sort of had to like walk your own paths. But in saying that, we're talking about releasing your ex. So I feel like you still think about them. You still, you know, because they were a part of your life, big part of your life, and you really did have a beautiful time together. Even though it has ended, you still sort of have some, you know, grief around that partnership, and because you wanted it to be longer, you wanted more from it. But it, as I said, it's taken its course, and it was only meant to be for the period of time that it was for you. I can't give time because there's many of you watching this, but this is the general consensus here. And I'm just going to also pull a see if there's any messages from my own cards in regards to your learning that you received in this relationship. Okay. Yeah. So we've got here learning, we've got here your spirit guides or your angels that are with you. So, you know, they've been helping, guiding you through this relationship, and they're helping guide you also in releasing this relationship. And I do feel like that they guided you towards this person for this healing, because they wanted you to learn how to allow someone in, to open your heart, as I was saying, okay? There's also this information here about nourishing your body. So this person could have opened you up to, you know, they may have been somebody who ate really well, who looked after themselves, and that might have shown you how you can do the same thing. I just also feel like it is a message about nourishing yourself through this, okay, and allowing yourself the rest and rejuvenation you need to release this as well, okay. But that's the messages I've got in regards to you, what your learning was in regards to the relationship. Now we're going to have a look at what you need to acknowledge, okay? Okay, so this part of the reading is what it is that you need to acknowledge. And the reason why I say that is because sometimes on the surface we can think that everything is okay, but you know, in the unconscious, in the deepest parts of ourselves, there may be something that's sort of dug deeper that needs acknowledging. So we want to look at that, because that's all part of the healing from this past relationship, okay? So we have here the broken heart, and I'm going to pop that there. Oh, interesting, okay. I'm saying interesting because I've moved the card over and it's Angel of Love, and we've also got the woman holding the heart. So I feel like the message for you, what it is that you need to acknowledge, what you need to be aware of, is that, you know, you are brokenhearted from this and that you do miss this person. And I do get the sense for some of you that there could have been some financial attachment with this person too, so you may have had to part ways. Some of you, I'm seeing that some of you may have, you parted ways, but I mean like in the way of, I'm getting this sense of like some of you may have a joint financial venture, or a joint home, or joint bank accounts, or joint finances in some way, and you may have relied on that a little bit, and not having that now, sort of you are missing that, or it's hard to let go of that. And it's not like in the sense here, guys, that you would depend it in that way. It's just that it was part of that relationship, and now that that's ended, it's now you on your own independent journey, and I just feel like you miss a part of that's what they offered in the relationship, and that's what was part of your relationship. Because for some of you, I feel like this could be a joint business, okay, and you know, missing that as well is like heavy on your heart. And but yeah, take what resonates there, because it's going to be different for all of you. And this is what's hard to let go of that in your life. And with the woman holding the heart, I feel like you have a lot of feelings still for this person. And even though that I felt like you guys have had an amicable breakup, and that you understand why you needed to break away, but I still feel like you still miss an aspect of that relationship, even if it's just because I'm getting the sense here, it could be just that you were missing that sense of being with someone and having that stability, and the times that you did spend together. I see you reflecting on that as well, because as I said, even though we know things have come to an end, we can still miss it, we can still feel grief around it, okay? That's completely normal. So I definitely see that for you, because we do have that broken heart, that ending, okay? And I feel like you need to take the time it takes to release that and to let it go, but you need to acknowledge that you do have the broken heart, because I feel like for some of you, I'm even hearing you might have made the decision to split up. So you feel like, well, why should I have a broken heart over this? Because, you know, I didn't make this, you know, I made this decision. It was my choice, and, you know, I was following my heart. And, you know, you've buried that emotion deep inside, but it needs to be acknowledged that you are heartbroken and that you are missing, you know, this that stability that you had, and you are missing the relationship. And I think once you really do acknowledge that, you will be able to let it go. Okay, and yeah, it's definitely about you acknowledging those feelings of loss. Okay, and knowing that you have self-love for yourself and compassion for yourself, and you know, it's okay that you followed your heart, and don't feel guilty about that, because that's okay. It's okay to follow your heart. As I said, this relationship wasn't meant to be a long one. It was just to see, so that you can see there was a learning for you in it, and there's a learning for him as well, or her, your partner I should say. There was a learning for them as well, but we're not going to go into that today, because we're focusing on you and you releasing this ex. Okay, so take your time with it, go with the flow and listen to your emotions. Okay, allow them to come up and release them. Okay, because once it's released, again, that's how. But we're going to go into deeper how you can release and get some more guidance, okay, over that. But we just want to look right now at what you needed to acknowledge. So you really need to acknowledge that you're heartbroken. Okay, you got to acknowledge that you need to let go of something in regards to finances as well. So take what it resonates in your life. Okay, so now I'm going to shuffle some cards, and we'll have a look at how you can release the ex and heal from it. Okay, so I shuffled your cards. Let's have a look what Spirit has to say. Definitely knew it was going to be throat chakra, because I can feel it. So how can you release and heal from your ex? Determination. We've got courage. Definitely going to need courage. Friendliness. And don't let the past hold you back. Okay. I feel like I'm being drawn to grabbing another card here, because I feel like there's another message Spirit wants to get out. But definitely expressing how you feel is going to be really important, especially once you acknowledge that you are feeling what you're feeling, because that came up in the last part of your reading. And once you acknowledge that and you express that, that's going to help, you know, get it out and get that energy released from your system. To the Master and silence. Okay. So, yeah, as I was saying, it's going to be really important to express that. Now, how can you express that? By writing down. You know, you can record yourself and just say everything that you're feeling and then delete that recording, or you can write it in a diary and just say everything that you're feeling. Like, acknowledge it. It is going to be the key for you. Like, I feel like I really do feel grief. Like, I do feel heartbroken. I acknowledge that I feel heartbroken, and, you know, whatever your scenario is around it, it's going to be really important, because with not expressing it, the energy is stuck in the throat chakra. Okay, you don't want that, because it's just holding things back for you. Speak your truth. Okay, acknowledge what's the truth in this situation. Acknowledge, you know, why you walked away, and if they walked away from you, you know, because as I said, I get this sense here that it isn't like an amicable split. So, you know, acknowledge the situation, the truth, acknowledge how you feel about it, you know, because as I said before, that even, you know, even if you were the one that sort of decided, or even if you both decided, you can still feel feelings about it. Okay, so it's determination here. I do feel like with this determination card that, you know, it may take a little time for you to heal from this, and that's okay. Allow that. It's going to take some courage, because it was a special connection, and I feel like you really know this, because especially with this friendliness card here, I definitely feel like you had a very special connection. This connection was definitely aligned, and it was meant to be, but it wasn't like, as I said, and I'll repeat it again, I don't feel like it was meant to be for long. And I feel like you know that as well. And there's more to your path here. So, you know, they're saying don't let, you need to have courage and determination to acknowledge what you need to acknowledge to heal, and to be able to allow it to come to the surface, and you know, feel what you feel about it and release it, because, you know, you did have a special connection. So it is hard, because, you know, it was lovely, and it's hard to say goodbye to somebody who you had a really special connection with. But you're following your heart. You're the master of your creation. You're the master of your destiny, and you know, you were following your heart. You're following your heart. You're following your destiny. And I see with this silence card here that, you know, meditating is also going to be helpful. Getting quiet to understand more deeply why this had to take place, and you know, and why this connection only was meant to be for a limited amount of time. And I do get the sense here that there is a knowing there for you, but it's allowing the acknowledgement and the feelings to really move through you is the key to your healing here, and expressing through your throat chakra. Okay, that it's just you need to get it out of your system. Let it come out of your system. And I see with this bunny here that you chose, which it looks like it's holding the Easter egg, and to me that's like represents the sweetness of life, and you know, moving towards the sweetness of life. And I see it as creativity and fertility for you too. Okay, so fertility could have had a role here as well. I'm just popping that in for someone because I do feel that, but it won't be for everyone. Okay, but I'm definitely feeling like there's this, you need to heal, you need to see the sweetness of the situation. And you know, once you come to that understanding, and once you feel what you need to and express what you need to, you're going to come to some real you're going to feel really grateful, because I get the sense here that there's something, there's an even better connection around the corner for you once you've healed, once you've allowed yourself to feel from this. Okay, there's definitely this theme here from your guides that you need to feel it. Okay, and as I say that, I'm getting drawn to this card that you chose, and he looks really strong, like, and I get the sense that you're very strong, and feeling may not be comfortable for you. But in saying that, I think that card is a water card. So, but I'm just getting the sense here that it's hard for you to feel. I'm shuffling the cards if you're wondering what I'm doing. These are my cards. Cleanse yourself. And I'm hearing from Spirit, the past doesn't have to control your future either. Just because this worked out this way doesn't mean your next relationship will either. One more. Yep. Okay. So what the messages here from the spirit guides are is to, with the researching options, I feel like this could be, if you are like having trouble really, you know, healing from this on your own, then getting some help may be helpful. Researching ways that you can release this, because there are many different ways. And I know we're talking about here how, and you know, Spirit's saying expressing is going to be really good for you, so that is a way that you can heal from it. But if you're needing extra help, because sometimes it could be really difficult for you to do that, and you may need somebody to sort of just have a space for you to do that, like hold space for you, and that can allow you to do that. So just be open to that if that's what you need in order to heal. They're saying spending time in nature is going to be really healing for you. Seeing through the illusion, okay, in regards to the masculine. So seeing things for the way they really were. I'm hearing for some of you could be looking back on it. There could have been, there's a reason why you left. There's a reason why your heart led you out. And so don't allow yourself to put in a picture that, because sometimes when we step out of a situation, we can paint a different picture about what it was. But remember why you walked away, why this happened in the first place, why it took place. So, you know, see through the illusion of your mind in regards to this, okay? Cleanse yourself. So, you know, cleanse your energy field, purify your energy field. You may want to do a cord cutting ceremony. Go see a healer to help with removing any energy cords that may be still attached to your ex. Also, you could do like a sage cleansing just to clear any of their energy, because if you've been in their energy field a lot, you can, you know, have some of their energy in your aura. So cleansing that, cleansing your space as well. I mean, if you've lived in the space that they've been in and, you know, you're still there, cleansing that space, or the workspace, I'm hearing for those of you that work together, clear that out, just to freshen the energy. And I'm also hearing that with the cleansing yourself, it's about you cleansing your thoughts as well, cleansing your, every time you go back to thinking about questioning, they're telling me you're questioning. So every time you're questioning yourself, they want you to see through it and they want you to let it go. So that's going to help cleanse your energy field as well. You could do, there's other ways that you can cleanse yourself as well. You can make the intention, you can ask your guides, you can go see a healer, you can do the violet flame, but definitely cleansing is going to be really helpful. I'm also seeing here, now this butterfly means to me there's an awakening of your heart chakra, and as I said, this was a stepping stone. So I feel like you clearing this space, clearing this away is going to really help you on your path. And with this 111, it's about you. And with the master, you're a very strong manifester. So just be mindful of the thoughts that you are having. And I feel like too, I'm hearing once you cleanse your energy field, that it's going to sort of purify your thoughts as well, because I feel like some of their energy is still sort of attached. And so not attached like in a scary way, just some of their energy is still in your field. So when you do an intention of cleansing that out, it's going to purify your thoughts as well. But definitely the cords, and they're showing me particularly solar plexus. There's some cords still attached for some of you in the solar plexus chakra. So this could be causing still some feelings that are theirs as well. So if you can do a cord cutting meditation or see a healer. But I can see that as well. All right. So that's the messages I have for you. Just seeing if there's anything more they want to add to this healing journey. Yeah, just don't let this hold you back, and because you are a great manifester, and you just need to see, through to the truth. This is the importance for you. This is how you're going to heal from this, and express how you feel is going to be very important. Okay, you can write it in a letter and burn it too. Okay, so that's the messages I have for you, group 1. I wish you all the best, and please like and subscribe and comment down below if you felt it resonated. Thank you for watching. Hello to group 2, those of you who picked the octopus and this beautiful picture here. Another strong card. Okay, so let's have a look at your messages. So what was the learning that you gained from this relationship? And the reason why we've chosen to do this is because there's many reasons. There's learning that you get from every relationship that you're in, and having an understanding of that relationship can help with your healing. Okay, so we have new vitality, throat chakra, master, solar plexus chakra, and material and spiritual prosperity. Whew. I have to breathe. Okay, so I am feeling here I'm feeling like this heaviness. I'm feeling a heaviness on my shoulders. I feel like there was a lot of responsibility in this relationship, and I feel like there's a bit of a restriction here. I feel like you felt restricted in some way, and I feel like you really had to learn to find your own will in this relationship, because I feel like when I see this healing energy here and blowing this energy into these pipes here, I get this sense of you having to find strength in the relationship, this express yourself, because I feel like this person really did not understand you completely, or they for some of you I can see that they didn't talk much, like they didn't interact with you much, and it really or they didn't take a lot of responsibility. That's the sort of energy I'm seeing, and you really had to step up and you know, say, hey, you know, I need the help here, or this is not okay, or this is how I'm feeling. Like, take which one resonates, guys, but the energy here is that you really had to take some real responsibility in this relationship, and you had to and you really learned how to have more confidence in yourself, and how to speak up when you need to speak up. And with this material spiritual prosperity, I feel like this relationship allowed you to see and feel that you are worthy of more. And because you had to take on that responsibility, you know that you can have that responsibility, you know that you can look after yourself, you know that you have something that you can really share with others, okay, and in another relationship, I should say. I feel like this relationship that you were in, I don't feel like it was a very easy relationship. I feel like you felt constricted, not really open in this relationship. So I feel like you sort of had to sort of close yourself down. You couldn't be all of who you were in this relationship, and you just had to really always try and assert yourself or how you feel in this relationship, and it sort of made you feel really you know, unheard and you know, I don't feel like there was much respect with this person. And but in this happening, it's really taught you about what you really want in a relationship, and the sort of relationship that you want to create moving forwards, and that you are, as I said before, worthy of more, and you want a relationship that you can express yourself in, talk about things, you know, walk a path together, and see the same sort of similar journey ahead, rather than feeling like somebody is just not taking the time to really care or taking any responsibility in the relationship. You deserve more than that. You deserve that respect, okay? And I feel like, oh, and it's interesting because you chose the octopus, and what's Spirit's pointing out is that was like your energy. It just, you're being pulled, you know, in so many directions, and it sort of drained your energy. It really did, this relationship. So it's shown you what sort of relationship you don't want, you know. You want an integrated relationship. You want a balanced relationship. So that's the learning you got from this, you know. Yeah, it's allowed you to transform and break free, because as I said, this is just confirming. I got that sense that you were just, you couldn't be all of who you were, because it wasn't the right person for you. This person didn't actively contribute to the relationship, and you know, but it's taught you that you can break free from this, and that you want a more balanced relationship, and it's taught you, it's really transformed you, and made you see things and that you weren't seeing before this relationship. And you know, I with this card here that you chose, it's like there's this sword here with all these spiritual symbols on it. So I get this sense that it sort of opened you up spiritually as well, this breakup, okay? So what I'm going to do next is have a look at what you need to acknowledge, okay? And the reason I'm doing that is so that sometimes we bury things, our feelings deep down, and if we don't know they're there, then that could be why we're sort of like, oh, how can I release my ex? Well, if you don't know what's going on, you know, in your subconscious, then you're not aware of it. So we're going to really dig in and see what it is that you need to acknowledge, okay? Okay, so I've shuffled those cards, so let's have a look at the messages. What is it that you need to acknowledge here? Okay, so you need to acknowledge, okay, journey, communication, and unleashing your creativity. So I feel like that this is acknowledging that this relationship was part of your journey, and that this relationship happened for your highest and best good. I feel like saying also that this relationship was there was a level of learning around communication as well. And I'm seeing here that you need to acknowledge that it's interesting because with this card I'm getting the sense here that there's some sort of telepathic information and guidance coming through. But just a moment, just dropping my cards here. Okay, I'm just going to get some clarity here. What do they need to acknowledge? Friendliness, awareness, compromise. Okay, it's becoming clearer. So getting the sense here that, like, you know, acknowledging your journey and this communication here, and you even if you in the past could not communicate very well with your ex, there's an element here. I don't know if it's because you have Maybe you've got children with them, or for some reason there's some sort of connection here with your ex, and I think you need to allow for this communication. Now it could be to do with, I'm hearing property or something like that you need to sell or something. There's still a connection with your ex physically, and that you need to acknowledge that communication needs to, this communication regarding compromise needs to take place, and to acknowledge that there needs to be, with this friendliness card, I get the sense that you need to come to a reasonable mature, what's the right word, Spirit? Reasonable coming together for what it is that you're having to do to, because I'm really getting the sense here, guys, that there's an element here of you still connected in some way, okay? And this could be, as I said, to do with kids, to do with a home or something like that, that you're needing to still communicate with your ex so that you can release those things, or because you've got children and you need to, like, you need to communicate on who's going where and things like this. So I feel like this breakup is not like, it's fairly recent breakup, not like a long time ago. So I feel like there's some awareness here around that you need to see that, there's this sense here that I know that things were difficult with your partner and they didn't understand and respect you, but there's a level of here you seeing that I've got to get the words correct, as I can feel the energy. It's just getting the words across to you, because I get the feeling here that there's a maturity, thank you. There's a maturity that needs to take place here, and understanding that yes, things have happened the way they have, and that yes, you want to move on fairly quickly, but this communication needs to take place for whatever reason it is in your life, related to your life, and this compromise needs to happen, and you need to be aware that, just aware that of your own self, because I feel like you're sort of holding it off a bit, because in all fairness, you're feeling angry and you just want to move on, you just want to move away from it all, and that's completely understandable. But this really needs to be completed, so that you can move on. So really just I'm hearing this saying, and I'm like, I'm holding off from saying it because it sounds like, I don't want it to come across nasty to you guys, but I'm hearing like, put your big girl boots on, okay? So yeah, put your big girl boots on and face them and do what you got to do, and then move on, okay? So that's what you need to acknowledge. You also need to acknowledge that you can be creative in this situation. So I don't feel like this is something very easy for you, and whatever it is, whether it's regarding children or property or whatever, I feel like there could be some negotiations that need to take place, and that can be challenging when the communication wasn't that great to start with when you're in a relationship. But you can be creative here. There is a way, there's a way through this, and you just need to get to the you need to pull back that illusion and that putting the wall up, and just, yeah, as I said, take that deep breath. Spirit's saying take a deep breath, face up to them, and negotiate. As hard as it is, pull yourself up, be friendly, be mature with them, try not to get angry, nasty, all of that, because that's not going to help you. They know that you're angry, and but this is important. This is something you have to acknowledge. This is part of the growth, the healing from your ex, okay? So there is a creative way that you can get out of this situation, or that you can negotiate. But if you are facing this situation in a negative way, it could cause more damage than good, and it could just make your journey that little bit longer from that freeing yourself from this person. So Spirit's saying, please just try and be as amicable as you can be, as hard as it is. Like, I don't know all of your individual situations, and you know, easy said than done sometimes, you know, but sometimes, like, okay, I've had a situation like this, and I'm being told to tell you guys about it because, and I'm feeling a lot of emotions coming up. I had to, I'm feeling your energy, guys. Now, I had to, my ex had split up with me, and I have children involved, and I could have got very angry with him from what he did, and there was betrayal, and I could have got really angry, and I was really angry, but I made a choice. I made a choice to compromise. I made a choice to communicate every step of the way. And everyone else was telling me, why aren't you angry? You know, I don't know how you can be so nice to them. But my gut told me to do that. I followed my gut. And now we're at a really, really good co-parenting relationship, amicable relationship. And I am so grateful that I did that. And I was able to come to forgiveness and understanding, and I've grown so much from that. So I am feeling something very similar for you guys, and you know, spirits led me to speak about my experience. Okay, so you most likely will understand. Okay, so there is a way through this. It's just going to take you to really step up and take that responsibility. I know you had to do it in your relationship, but now you're going to have to do it here and work through this. Okay, so that's what you need to acknowledge. Now let's move on now to how you can release and heal from it. Hello. So now we're going to have a look at what messages your spirit guides have on how you can release your ex and how to heal from your ex. Okay, so the messages are door to spirit, alchemy, clarity, beautiful, spiritual awakening, angels and masters, and believe in the impossible. Just moving this back a bit and try and get it all in view for you. Okay, so how can you heal from your ex and release? Let's see. Well, we've got here with this spiritual awakening here, the angels and masters and the door to spirit. I'm just gonna, just a moment guys, I'm just going to pause this. I'm gonna go shut my door. Hang on, I'm back. Okay, so with the, as I was saying, with the angels and masters, spiritual awakening and door to spirit, I see that your way of healing and your way of releasing your ex is going to need higher powers. It's going to need, you're going to need the help of your higher self and the angels and masters. I'm seeing that it's going to be really helpful for you to come into alignment with your true higher self. Okay, I'm saying true self because I'm talking about your spiritual self, and coming into alignment. Now you can see in this card here, and I'll lift it up because I don't think you can see the whole lot of it, but in this card you can see each chakra, and I feel like these need to come into alignment again. They need balancing. So you can do some balancing meditations. You could probably find some guided ones online, or you can go see a healer. Or I'm also hearing you could ask your spiritual team to assist in aligning your chakras. Because I'm seeing here with this spiritual awakening, I get the sense that through through this relationship that you may have had a spiritual awakening through this. I think you could have hit rock bottom through this, and so the only way up is by connecting with spirit, and by you seeing things in another light, and you understanding how the universe works, and how and why this relationship was the way it was, and why you had to endure what you had to endure. And I see this as you opening up the door to spirit and allowing spirit to come and assist. And this is talking about your own spirit, your higher self, and your spiritual team, allowing you to help transmute and change. Because I get the sense here there's a deeper layer than just this lifetime. This is a patterning that's been going on for you, particularly throughout many lifetimes. So I don't think it's just this, the person that you were with was just another another suit, if you like, another player that another archetype. That's a better word. Thank you. Archetype. It was just, it's not funny. It's not funny at all. But I'm just laughing at myself, not you. I'm laughing at my, trying to get the words out. But yeah, it's just the archetype that was representing a pattern within you, representing this cycle that you've been going through for a long time, through many lifetimes. So you may have had a few relationships like this, but if this was your first relationship and it was like this, and it goes back to previous lifetimes, okay, so you sort of had to hit rock bottom to really awaken this new perspective, this new cycle in your life, to be able to transmute these and burn away this old way of being for you. And so this relationship was really a beautiful change in your life. And I'm not saying the relationship was beautiful, but the what you're going to come to understand is that what happened was really, really for your highest good. And this will become clearer to you. You're going to get this clarity the more you connect with spirit, the more you align your chakras. I'm hearing past life regression may be helpful for some of you, okay? Then you get some understanding what karma was around the relationship as well. But I'm definitely seeing here, it says believe in the impossible, okay? And when I see that card, I think that a lot of you have had this sort of cycle playing out in previous relationships, and you sort of might be feeling like, oh, you know, is this just going to keep happening to me? But Spirit's saying believe in the impossible. Know that you can get out of this and things are going to change. Believe that you can heal from this, and it will be everything. Everything is going to be known to you. Anything that needs to come up will come up, but you need to connect with your spirit. You need to connect with your angels, your masters, your spirit guides. I mean, whoever it is that you feel comfortable connecting with, because I see them really assisting in this process of putting you on path. Okay. Transmuting the old energy and coming into the new, clearer, better, I'm hearing better directed energy. The reason, why is that coming up? Let me just get some more cards here, because they're definitely giving me some more feelings, but I just want to clarify before I move on towards that. Yeah. So just get one more card. Yeah. So this is a new vision, a new way of being for you, okay? And coming into more harmony with your spirit, with the experience that your soul would like to experience. And with this inner voice, again, spirit is coming up. So you're definitely coming into this awakening and this connection with spirit, and this is going to lead you through this healing. It's going to give you clarity and understanding, and it's going to lead you in this on a path that is much more suited for you, in a new direction that is going to be more purposeful for you, a path of more expansion. And I can see, I want you to have a look at this card here because Spirit's pointing it out. Okay, new vision. Look how open this person is. And I also see them doing yoga, which is interesting. So they're doing yoga. So yoga could be really helpful in you releasing some of this energy from your ex and past experiences, because I feel like as you do certain movements, it's actually going to activate a release in that area, because I'm getting that you have stored emotions in your physical body. So what can happen, Spirit Guides are saying, is that sometimes it doesn't sort of move. If it doesn't move right through your body, it can sometimes get trapped in a certain area. And so sometimes there needs to be some need to get the energy moving in that area a little bit more so that you can move it through. It's just like having a kink in the hose. You know, the water can't get through to the end if there's a kink in the hose. So the yoga itself, or look, they're saying you could do other physical activity as well, but they're mentioning that yoga is going to be specifically helpful. Yin yoga is going to be very helpful because that sort of works on your pressure points and activating release in certain parts of your body. And so then allows the energy to flow through, because as I said, I feel like for some of you it could be getting trapped in your physical energy body. So that might be helpful. I'm also being pointed out that underneath here there's this picture of another person, and it's interesting because I've never ever noticed it in the card before, and I'm being pointed out because it's almost like I don't feel like this is the other person. I feel like this is you emerging and coming out of this victimhood, I feel like you've just been so tired and things have been so heavy and unclear in your life, and almost like trudging through mud, Spirit showing me. But you allowing this awakening, this new light energy to come in for you to help you healing, is going to allow you to emerge from this old self to a whole new being, a whole new light, a whole new way, and being in harmony and in connection with your soul and true soul's path. I feel like your soul really, really does want to transform from this. It doesn't want to go through the same cycle again. You don't want this. And so, as I said, really, really important here to connect with your guides, connect with the angels to assist and allow this energy to move through. And they're also going to give you some more clarity. So please be open to the information that's coming through. Now, I'm just going to get another one of these cards because they're leading me to do that. The energy is gaining momentum, okay? So keep doing what you're doing because it's leading you in the right direction. I feel like you listening to this will understand what I'm saying with this awakening and with this energy. And this energy work it's sending you down on a path, and it's a path of the soul, and this is going to really take you in a new direction and see a new vision for yourself and create a new cycle that is fresh, that is full of potential and full of more, what's the word for it? More sweetness. Thank you. Sometimes I feel the energy, guys, but to try and to say it in words is a whole another thing, so bear with me. But yes, okay, now what I'm going to do is get some of my little cards that I have done here. They're all in this bag, and I'm just going to shuffle them here and see what other messages your spirit guides have in regards to how you can release and heal from your ex. Choose wisely. It's time to relax. Ask for support. You are doing a great job. Ha! Yoga. How's that? Home. Okay. And lastly, listen. I feel like there's one more. Oh, two. Okay. This is really interesting. They're just clarifying here that yoga is going to be really, really, really helpful in your healing, okay? And for you, they want you to take the time to relax, to heal. I feel like, again, we ask for support. It's just clarifying what I was feeling about you seeking some assistance from your spiritual team or from a healer, someone that helps with working with your energy. It could be Reiki, anything that's, any energy healing is going to be really helpful, just to get your chakras in alignment and cleared. I'm also seeing here with this here is my card for your base chakra, okay? And I feel like to get this in balance, your base chakra, there's some stuff that you need to let go of. And that makes sense because we're talking about healing and releasing your ex. So I feel like with the full moon, and we have the full moon displayed here as well, is going to be a great time for you to write down everything you want to let go of in regards to your ex. And they're actually saying any patterns that have come up from past relationships, it doesn't just have to be about this ex, but your previous relationship, I should say, but any relationships that have been negative, have been, you know, you've had this power struggle in, or you've been a victim in, writing down how you feel about all of that and asking the moon to assist you in releasing it, okay? But it's going to release a lot of fear, a lot of, because I feel like with the base chakra here that you've been acting out of ego and, you know, not in the way of control, but lack of control in relationships and things like that. But it's because you have felt like overpowered, and you have felt fear, and you haven't felt secure. So this is what's being healed. This is the opportunity now. And with the full moon, it's going to be a great time for you to release that. Again, ask for support where you're doing that to help you. Your spirit guides, if you ask them to help you while you're writing, they may actually help. You might find like things popping up in your mind to write down, and that's going to be really helpful. They're saying you're doing a great job, so you're obviously working on yourself, okay? So you are doing a great job. Don't give up. You're on the right path. You're on the right direction. I mean, and you know, I'm not seeing here anything that's like, it's all about your connection with spirit. So as I said, this is more of a bigger thing. This is more about you changing a cycle of being rather than heaviness over your ex, okay? Because I'm not seeing it like that. It's just a particular person, but I see this as a whole of what you're doing to clear, to restart a new cycle, if you know what I mean. I'm repeating myself a bit, I know. Listen to what Spirit's bringing through, okay? Because if you ask for support, they're going to give you those answers. So listen. How do you listen? By resting, relaxing, keeping quiet, you know, keeping quiet. Just being still is going to allow this information to come through. And we have, you know, and as I said, yoga is going to be very helpful. Now with this home here, I feel like this could be, for some of you, it could be representing a home or a particular connection with your ex-partner that needs to be resolved. And let's see what they want to say about that, because if this physical thing that needs, okay, I think they're just, from what I'm hearing right now, is they're just saying this is sort of something that has to be released. So to completely, it's sort of like the last part is what they're saying. It's the last part of this connection you have, the releasing of this. You know, you may have, it may be a particular home that you're connected with your ex with, could be a contract, it could still be waiting for the divorce papers to come through, or it could be something to do with the business that you're needing to you know, work out papers with, or something, or children, or some, there's some sort of material thing that you still, that's still connected in the relationship that needs to be resolved. Also they're saying ask for support around that as well. I'm just gonna get one more message from here. Yeah, so the situation in regards to this home, or this whatever it is that's connected with the two of you, there's a postponement here, and there's also something to do with feeling moral. Okay, this is about morality, and usually this card to me means you feeling like you should be doing something because of how it's always been done. There could also be this, with it being cloudy and cloudy here as well, perhaps it's not really clear just yet how this is going to be resolved, but I do feel like it will be, even if it is postponed. Yeah, okay, they're told to stop shuffling. Even if it is unclear to you, it is the picture will get clearer and this will get resolved. Okay, it's just, things are just taking a little more time, but this time they're saying is helping you in healing and really getting yourself stable and letting go of everything. I don't feel like for you this is just in relation to your releasing relationship. As I was saying before, this is a big awakening for you. This is a big change in your life, a new direction for you. So this is big business for you. And I see that you are just this, I mean, look at this card here. Look at all the spiritual symbols here. It's just, you have this, you're a very spiritual, very wise old soul who's on a very particular journey. So keep going, keep the great job. As I said, do some yoga and connect with your spiritual team. So that's the messages I have for you. I hope that helps you, and I wish you all the best. Thank you for watching. Hello to my beautiful group 3. So you chose this beautiful card here with the key. Whoops, that was very close. I get the sense here that there's a lot of emotions in regards to your ex. I feel like there's some disappointments here, but we're going to have a look deeply. The first question is, what learning did you receive from this relationship, and why am I can't speak properly today? Why are we doing this? We're doing this because if you have an understanding what learning took place within your relationship, it can give you some clarity on why you came together, and it could give clarity on why things had to part way. But we'll have a look what Spirit wants to bring through here. Okay, rejoice in celebration, harmony, movement, choices, and decisions, manifest, and sacral chakra. Okay. All right, I'm just going to get some further clarification here. Please clarify, rejoice in celebration. 3 of Cups. Please clarify harmony. Please clarify movement, choices, and decisions. Please clarify manifest. I didn't have to do this with the other readings, but I'm getting the sense here we need to dig a little deeper with you. It's not a bad thing. There might be just different levels to this relationship that you were in, okay? Some different the layers of learning here, okay? So with the rejoice and celebration here, the 3 of Cups, you could have been, you could have learned, okay, they're telling me that for a lot of you, there was an entertainment aspect to this relationship. Now, it could be, what I mean by that is you learned about different people, okay, coming together. Maybe you came from a family that didn't really have many celebrations or parties or get-togethers, and perhaps when you were together with your ex there was a lot of that, so you may have learned a lot about other people, or you may have met a lot of connections through this partnership, okay? And so this gave you some healing in the way of understanding other people and having patience and tolerance with other people as well, especially if a lot of the people that were coming to these parties and that were people from your partners. So I'm going to say partners, could be husband, wife, boyfriend, girlfriend. I'm just going to use partner. That, you know, they were connected with your partner, I'm feeling, and perhaps you didn't really connect with these people, so it really took a lot of patience and tolerance in accepting these friendships that they had, and learning to be around other people, okay? That's the sense I'm getting from that. And here with the harmony card and the creativity card, you really had to be creative in this relationship to make it work, to make it harmonize, because it wasn't always peachy, and but you were willing to work at it. You're willing to be creative, and you may have even like been romantic, or you may have like brought flowers. I'm just seeing flowers in this card, and I'm getting the sense that, you know, you could have been bringing flowers or gifts in, or just trying to really appreciate your partner, and just being creative, as I was saying, in the ways that you want it, in ways to really make this partnership work. So I feel like you really tried hard. You tried hard to be connected with their family, their friends. You tried really hard to connect with them and harmonize with them and make this work. However, it didn't go that way, and that could be why you feel very disappointed and hurt, okay? With this movement, choices, and decisions here, and ripeness, I feel like, again, you were working really hard at this relationship, and perhaps they weren't working as hard. Some of you, they may have been trying to work at it, but I do feel for a lot of you that it was more like one-sided here, and you were just trying to make things okay. Some of you may have been married. I am seeing 2 rings here, okay? And you may have felt like with this ripeness card, there may have been things here that experiences within this partnership that was really, really lovely. And that's why you wanted to make it work, because there was some really good times in it. There was really special moments, and I'm hearing for some of you there could have been, you could have had children together, and this was wonderful, like, because I am seeing a pregnant belly here, okay? For others of you, this, you could have just done some really special things. You could have cooked together a lot, okay? I'm just getting some examples, but there was special times within this, and that's why you wanted it to work, and that's why you worked at the harmony, you know? That's understandable. We have manifest again. It's working on something. You manifesting something here, and with this sharing here, you were sharing yourself. You were sharing the best of yourself with this partner, and yeah, you were learning to be yeah. With the 2 here, the sacral chakra. And the slowing down. The reason why, guys, I am slowing down myself, because I can feel a lot of energy in my stomach here. There's a lot of stress and worry in this relationship. If that's not the case in the relationship, then this is how you guys are feeling right now about it. But there's definitely this energy here, or how you did feel about it. But there's energy here that just feeling really, really just uptight and a little and stressed. And it's interesting because we've got slowing down here, so perhaps you did so much to try and make things work. Perhaps you, I mean, we're seeing a lot of female feminine energy here. Perhaps you did all the cooking, perhaps you did all the making it a home, and you did all of the matriarch type of energy, like you making a home and nurturing and taking care of the kids, or, you know, taking care of your animals, and you did a lot of giving, and you know, you had to learn though at a certain point within the relationship to slow down, because I feel like it was taking a toll on you, and you were starting to get like super stressed, super tied down with illness even. I'm seeing some of you like getting the flus and things like that, just because you were just so stressed, like taking on way too much. And so you had to learn how to slow down, and because you just couldn't keep going at full capacity here. But yeah, so that's what I'm seeing. So you were learning, you were giving a lot, so you've learned in this relationship that, you know, you can't give all the time. You've had to learn that you can't give all the time. You have given so much of yourself in this relationship, and to the point where it depleted your energy. And so that's the learning in this relationship. You needed to come to understand that you are worthy of that coming back to you, and not you just, and this is the decision you had to make, is that, you know, it's not just about you giving all the time, but you also receiving back. So that was the lessons and learning in your relationship. Now we're going to have a look at what you need to acknowledge, okay? So why would we do what you need to acknowledge? Because when you have a deeper understanding of what's underneath the surface, then we can bring it to light, and you can transform it, and you can release it. So that's why we're going to look at what needs acknowledging. Okay, so what messages do we have here for what you need to acknowledge to release this X? So we have the victim consciousness, and we have help from above. It's a bit of wax on the table. Help from above, that's lovely. And we got attachment. Okay. And Spirit's just pointing out straight away here, we have the key. And I feel like you've chosen the key because we have here this card here, and I was saying I feel like there's a lot of emotions involved with this past relationship, and a lot of disappointments. And if you've been working really hard in that relationship to make it better, I can understand why you'd be feeling that way. I've been there myself. And you have the key here, because the key to releasing this disappointment and releasing this relationship is acknowledging this victim consciousness. Now, this can be something very hard to acknowledge, and it's not about, it's sometimes when you first start to acknowledge a victim consciousness, you can feel really guilty or feel like it's such a bad thing. It's like the word jealous. When you hear the word jealous and you think, oh my goodness, what a horrible, it's just got a real horrible feeling to jealousy. And we feel really guilty or really bad about feeling jealous, okay? But really, it's a part of life, and everybody gets jealous from time to time. But it's something we like to dig deep within us, and we don't really want to acknowledge it because it just makes us feel icky. And that's the same with victim consciousness. We don't like to think of ourselves as victims, or that we play out this role, because it's it is disempowering to think that way. And especially when you've experienced something time and time again, the similar patternings, that it's hard to acknowledge it as being a victim, especially if you've been terribly hurt by people, if you've experienced terrible things. You don't want to look at it as being a victim, because, well, you are a victim, but you don't want to look at it as you having a role in this, because it can just make you feel really uncomfortable, and it's really hard to have that understanding until you acknowledge this pattern, this victim consciousness. Now, I'm just going to shed some light on this because it has come up. Excuse me, I'm just releasing some energy. Okay. So with this help from above, I feel like your spiritual team, whoever you want to call it, God, angels, ancestors, spirit guides, whoever it is that you like to work with, that this help from above is helping you to understand this victim consciousness. And it may, as I said, it may be very hard to understand at first. On the material level, on this physical world and this physical level, if you've been having this play out within your family, which you most probably have, because you most probably came and incarnated within this victim consciousness. Now, this could be playing out within your family. So, of course, when we are born into a certain vibration, and I said, as I was saying, there is a responsibility with our own soul choosing that. But when we're in that consciousness, we can play that consciousness out in all of our relationships. Once we are out of our family home and into, the adult world, okay, when we start to do things for ourselves and make decisions for ourselves. And so what Spirit wants you to acknowledge is that you do have the power within you. And there is that you need to find deep within you this confidence and this inner power, because what's happening is you're going on, because deep down inside you feel like the victim, and every time this plays out, it affirms that you're the victim, because again you've been hurt, and again you've been hurt, and it can be really hard to focus on having anything else other than that when you're in that. And I'm also hearing that you may be saying to yourself, like, but I want something better. I really want something better. I want a better relationship. I want to be treated right. I'm always giving. I'm so loving. Why aren't I getting it? But the thing is, you are giving. You are lovely. You are worthy of a beautiful relationship. But energetically, you'll keep attracting. The more you're in this victim consciousness, you keep attracting people who are going to play out this role where they're going to abuse you and control you, okay? And if you want to be able to heal from this, you need to acknowledge that you are not a victim, that you are a strong, a wise and beautiful and loving soul who deserves and is worthy of a beautiful relationship and a beautiful connection. So you need to start to release negative attachments straight off. You need to start releasing negative attachments. You need to remove your mask. You need to come out and form boundaries around you. Learn to say no. Stop saying sorry all the time. And when I'm saying this, okay, I don't want you to, I feel you because I've been here and I understand. So I don't want you to feel like, oh, it's all right for her to just say this. I hope I'm not coming across in a controlling way, because I don't want to come across in that way. I just feel like this message is so firm, okay? And it's quite a sensitive issue for you. So I want to try and say this in the most sensitive and loving way I can, because I want you to acknowledge this and move forwards from this so you can feel empowered and you can manifest a really beautiful connection in your world. So as I was saying, what's going to serve you best is releasing attachments to negative relationships and removing your mask and being who you are, and start forming boundaries, start saying no, start asserting yourself in the world is what Spirit's saying, okay? Because the more you assert yourself in the world, you are going to make it known to the universe that you are okay. Spirit guides say it's not just about that, it's about your energetic field. Now you got to think of your energetic field like a magnet, okay? And so like attracts like. So if you're a victim, you're going to attract abusive situations. So you need to turn that around to attract loving situations. So you need to love yourself. You need to be on your own for a while. You need to form boundaries in your life so that you're then setting the tone energetically for what you want to bring in, okay? Because then the people that you're bringing in are coming from a loving place, because they too are loving themselves, they too are saying no, them too are have got their masks off and living their truth. This is a really big message, guys, and I hope I'm getting through and translating this as best as I can, because there's a lot. It's very, very, very deep subject, and that's why I keep like stopping and starting, because it's very, very deep and I could talk about this for a long time. But I just want you guys to know that you really need to acknowledge this pattern within you and release it by finding, asking for help. You're going to need help through this. So ask for it. You can get outside help as well as your spiritual team to help, because it is a big thing, okay? And but boundaries are going to be very important for you, setting boundaries. And if you're not used to setting boundaries, then there is, it's going to be baby steps to form those boundaries in your life, okay? And there's an element here of you being in your truth, so you need to discover who you are. So I really feel it would be best for you to spend some time on your own to really find who you are, because if you just go into another relationship like this, it's just going to be the same sort of relationship. If you really want to be in a relationship that's going to give back to you everything that you've given out, then you need to like spend some time alone and find yourself. I'm hearing Spirit saying, some of you, I'm like, well, because I think I went over this just before about you saying, okay, well, I'm, I feel like, I'm just having a mind blank, just a moment. Okay, I don't think Spirit wants me to go on any further. They're just saying to sort of stop it now. Okay, so we're going to just stop it. I've left you with the messages. Look, if you would like a deeper reading, if you want any more assistance or help, I do offer private readings and private guidance, healing sessions. So give me an email and we can have a chat. But otherwise, you can go and get help from a healer that you feel comfortable with, or a counselor, or and of course ask your spiritual team to come in and help with this, so that you can get yourself on track and you can start attracting people that you deserve, that you're absolutely 100% worthy of. Okay, so now we're going to have a look at how can you release and heal from this. Okay, so how can you heal and release your ex? How can you heal and release? All right, so we've got wild. Nothing yet is set in stone. And we've got psychic development. Holy moly. Okay. Determination. I'm just going to get clarification over this psychic development. Past lives. Yeah. Okay. Now let's get some clarification of determination, please. Clarify. Okay. Yeah. Please clarify, nothing set in stone. Okay, so how can you heal and release from your ex? Okay, so we have wild here. So I get the feeling here, this is beautiful. Look at this red energy here, and you've also got the lantern. So with the lantern, it's always, to me, it's about you following your truth and you following your light, even in the darkness, even when things feel unclear to you, unknown to you, murky to you, you know, heavy to you. And you've got this dragon, and so there's this dragon strength, this red energy, and this is about you finding your inner roar, like finding your inner courage, your inner passion, you know, your passion for life, and finding your own direction here. And with this creativity card, I feel, it's interesting because I think from memory it came up in the first part of your reading. So you are very creative. Tap into that to get your way out. Tap into it and follow the light. Again, she's got a hand up to this moon energy, which is, you know, the moon's about your emotional energy. It's also the mother energy, okay? So finding the nurturing yourself and getting into that creative energy, which is in the soul, the sacral chakra here, which goes very much alongside that red energy, okay? Very close to the base chakra. So it's getting into that there's a real sort of passionate energy here that you need to tap, that it's going to really serve you to tap into. And it's about you finding passion for yourself, finding passion for your life, and you creating the life that you desire from your heart, from your soul, okay? I feel that really, really strongly. Nothing is yet set in stone, okay? So I feel like with this not yet set in stone that, you know, things have been the way they are. They don't have to stay that way forever, okay? This was just part of your evolution and part of your learning that you had to go through to get you to where you're going. And, you know, it's not going to be stagnant. It's movement forwards. And with the projections here, I feel like you may feel that, yeah, I just feel like it's that sense that you feel as though you may attract the same thing over and over and over and over again. But I feel like Spirit's saying here that it doesn't have to be that way, that you can create a whole new story for yourself, a whole new life for yourself. But it's going to take some determination. Okay, it's going to take a real internal strength. Remember, I was talking about that rawness, that dragon energy, that strength, that passion, okay? You're going to need to tap into that and that creativity to get you through, okay? To see a way out of this, to move out of this patterning. With the schizophrenia card, I always feel like it's about you feeling at odds, or feeling like you're torn between two worlds. And this could be, I'm hearing that you still feel like there's still some attachment to your ex. I feel like there's emotions still, hoping that they'll come back to you, or hoping that they will change and come back. There's that sort of energy sitting here. But I feel like you need to be determined here and free yourself from that attachment, okay? I'm seeing here is, just knocking all the cards out of the way. Okay, and then we've got psychic development. Now, what I feel with this, and I think I was saying it early in the reading, I feel like a past life regression is going to be really helpful for you, because you're going to be really, and you can see here with this glass bowl and the little person, you're going to be able to see your past life and get some clarity. You're going to get understanding of your soul, the why you've chosen this path, and understanding why you've been in that, why you've been a victim. And this is going to really shed some light and help. So really look for some past life regression. It's going to be really helpful. I've had that myself, and it's very powerful when you're healing, okay? So past lives, and this will release controlling relationships from your life, okay, and help set you on course. Now, I'm just going to, before we go, I've got some of my own cards I've made. I'm just going to shuffle them and ask Spirit any more messages regarding you healing and releasing from your ex. All right, so we got the black butterfly, which means death, which is not death, physical death, but it's a spiritual death. So you're going through a transformation. And with the butterfly, to me, this symbolizes actually things actually going to really change in your world. But Spirit's saying take one step at a time, baby steps to get through this. With the all-seeing eye, this is seeing straight to the truth of who you are, okay? Seeing to the truth of the situation. With this card here, is not allowing the negative thoughts to overrule you. I get the sense that sometimes you have some thoughts that sort of do not serve you. They may be might be getting the better of you and controlling you sometimes, or making up scenarios within your mind. Okay, see through that, Spirits say. See through it. This is more personalized message for you, but anyway, I'm just channeling the messages. So if they think that, if guides feel like you need this, this is for you to help heal that, right? So that you can move forwards. Stand up for yourself. Again, I was talking about this, you gaining your own self-power and you standing up for yourself. You can do it. You can do it. Believe me, I've changed so much in myself. You can. If I can do it, you can do it. Ask for support. Again, ask for support if you need it. I feel like you may need it. Like, I really get that sense that you need to go and see a counselor or a healer to help guide you through this. Okay, with this is the heart chakra, and for you, this is about you heart healing. Okay, and we've got take a chance. So I feel like you need to take a chance at healing yourself and making a change in your life, but you need to make that choice for yourself. No one else can make it for you. Find that inner strength. Find it. Oh, look at this, 717. This is you. This is you, a real opportunity here for you to gain wisdom, knowledge, and learning to move forwards, okay? Move forwards on your true path, your soul path, okay? That's the messages I have for you today. I know that was a very in-depth and deep reading. I hope that I got everything out that I could, but there were so many different layers to your healing here, and it's very hard to touch base on all of that in this short reading. So I just want to wish you all the best. I give you a big energetic cuddle, and know that you can do this. I really believe in you. You need to believe in yourself. All the best. Much love. Hello, you chose, sorry about the camera, you chose this beautiful card here and the star. So look at that. You've got this beautiful leopard. Is that a leopard? I think it is. And you've got the wise owl, and she has behind her the peacock feather. Now the peacock feather is all about you standing out and being who you are. So this is going to be interesting. There's a lot of wisdom in this card, and there's you getting back to your bare self. Okay, we've also got the snake here, so there is some, you know, there may have been snake or deceitful energy here, but we'll have a look deeper. And we've got the hope symbol, we've got the star there, so there's a lot of hope. Let's have a look now what messages we have for you. Now, I forgot to pre-shuffle them, so you'll just have to bear with me while I shuffle through these cards just to get your message. So the first question we're asking is, what learnings did you receive from this relationship that you were in? And the reason why we're doing that is so we can get a really good understanding at why your soul chose this relationship and what the learning was through it, so that so you can get really good clarity on that. Because I believe everything serves a purpose in our life. Spiritual union, victory and success. And then we're going to go have a look at what was the learning in this relationship, this past relationship. Shine and just breathe. There's a real sense with this relationship that it was an opening for you. We had something a little bit similar in one of the previous earlier readings. It could have been one or two. So if you felt drawn to those, you could watch that as well. I can't remember whether it was one or two. But I get the sense this relationship was about you learning to open up to spirituality. So this person could have introduced you to spirituality or a different way of being. Okay, it could have been a really successful relationship. There could have been a lot of success here. It could have been a relationship too that was very much in the limelight. Okay, you could be somebody who you or the person that you're with, or both of you could have been you know, actors, or, you know, just in front of large amount of people in the limelight. I'm just going to get some clarification on spiritual union, please, Spirit. Okay, possibilities, victory and success, and shine, breathe. Okay, now getting clearer and clearer. All right, so you're learning. Now we're just going to pull back the layers here a bit. So with your spiritual, as I said, I feel like you were learning about spirituality. You were seeing other possibilities. It's like this was expanding your awareness, this person that you were with. There was a new way, okay? And this, with the Miser card, I do feel like this person was very successful that you were with, and that they may have been hiding money or possessions from you. Okay, again, I was saying that with the snake, some tricky energy here. So they probably weren't, or they seemed like they were taking something from you. And with this shine here, it was a very intense relationship. Now, this spiritual union as well, this could be a soulmate, like a karmic soulmate, okay? And you were learning about these certain experiences to help you grow, okay? And so it was very intense, this spiritual union. I'm also hearing for some of you, it could have been a twin flame connection, and it could have been very strong, very intense, and I'm hearing draining. I think it was just very, very full on, very quick. There's a couple of different scenarios though here, so take what resonates, or it could all relate, okay? Now with the victory and success, as I said, I feel like this person was successful and they weren't being completely honest with you. With this just breathe, like, because it was so intense, you had to learn to really connect with source, connect with your spirit, just to really detach from this intense energy. And you had to do a lot of learning around I'm hearing twin flames again. You could have had to do a lot of learning around the mirroring of the souls, and you had to connect with spirit to be able to keep to your own energy. And this was part of the learning. Now, don't have to be twin flames. This could be a karmic partnership as well that came up, and you had to learn to stay in your own energy. But it could have been really difficult, okay? You had to connect with your own source and integrate this balanced energy. I'm just going to get some little more information here. I am getting a couple of different scenarios, so please just take what resonates. You'll know what resonates in your life. But, yeah, we got the rebel and exhaustion. As I said, you were just so tired from all of the intensity this relationship had. And it also gave you the opportunity, this relationship, to see better possibilities, all the possibilities of a more balanced union, okay? A union that's going to really someone who's going to really understand your soul, okay? I see this rebel here, this rebel spirit. I feel like it's taught you to find who you are and decide what you really want in your life. And you know, I feel like you discovered this about this person, and it sort of awakened you and made you realize, wow, like and I'm getting, oh my gosh, so many messages, but I'm getting, it's like a tumbleweed. I'm seeing like this rolling weed, and it's almost like things just went so quickly. And it's almost like at the end of it, I see you just standing there and just going, holy moly, like what has happened? What was I put through? Okay. So your learning here is this whole new connecting with your energy, integrating your energy, and finding a realizing what you do want from a relationship, and learning from this partnership to really just breathe and take things as they come, and not allow yourself to be caught up in all of the intensity that can surround a relationship. I feel like this person was just so quick. The energy was so quick, so fiery, and it sort of, you know, really took you by surprise. But I see you learning that, you know, for you want to take your time next time, that you really want to discover who somebody is before you really integrate your energy with them next time. So that's the sort of learning I'm seeing around this, okay? So now we're going to have a look at what you need to acknowledge. So why are we doing that? Because if you know what feelings, emotions are underneath the surface that you haven't quite understood or acknowledged yet, this can really help greatly in your healing. Okay, so what do you need to acknowledge? Let's turn them around and have a look. So we've got love, patience, truth, and meditation. Okay, I'm just going to get some clarification over this first card here. I'm going to use one of the Rider-Waite's. So over the love, clarification on love, please. Okay, so what I see here is the message that you need to acknowledge that I feel like you have this need for independence, that you have this need for of feeling secure. And I feel like in the relationship that you were in, I don't see that security. I feel like You need to acknowledge that it's okay to have that. And I see you with this patience here. I feel like you need to have more patience with yourself, and you need to spend some time alone to really reflect and acknowledge in yourself the truth of who you are. And this will come out in meditation. But I'm seeing here that you are somebody with a lot of confidence, and somebody who is able to look after themselves. Now, you could have been somebody in this relationship that you had done, you're in the limelight, and you had were quite stable financially, and perhaps this person took money from you or hidden money from you, okay? And you need to acknowledge that you know, I get this sense here that there's this deep feeling here of you not wanting to acknowledge that they did that, or that they, or taking responsibility for yourself, loving you, feeling like, oh, I can understand, like, Spirit's giving me the feeling, but I'm trying to translate it, so just bear with me. But I'm getting this feeling of you almost trying to hide the fact that you care, and the fact that you don't really want to acknowledge that what they've done, you know what I mean? Like, but be patient with yourself, whatever it is, okay? And the reason why it's probably not very clear, because there's different people watching different scenarios, so just take it how it resonates in your world. But you need to, whatever this is that you don't want to acknowledge, okay, that's got to do with your own independence and love about this relationship, what you're not wanting to acknowledge is you need to have patience with this and spend some time reflecting. Perhaps the reason too that I'm not able to clearly say it is because you could be confused. You could be really confused, and so it's not sort of straight down the line here. But let's try and unpack this a little bit further, because okay, so with this meditation and truth, I feel like they're saying that the truth is going to be revealed to you through meditation. Again, the sun. So, you know, things, it will be illuminated. It will come out. I'm hearing also for some of you that you may have had feelings that this person took money from you or was hiding something from you, and you did not want to acknowledge it, and it will come out into the light. Perhaps you've been worried about it. Perhaps you've been thinking, oh, you know, have they done it? Perhaps you've been like a little bit, don't want to believe it, but in another way you just have this feeling that it's happened. But it's going to come to light. It's going to come out. The truth will come out. There will be judgment here. The truth will come out. I'm also hearing, if this has got to do with finances, that there could possibly be a court case here where the truth's going to come out as well. I definitely feel like there was a lot hidden to you, okay? With this relationship that you were in, it was very intense and very fast, and you know, it definitely a lot of shadows in it, okay, and not a lot of truth that I'm feeling, okay. But with this sun here, this is going to work out for the best. And then again, we've got this meditation, rest, contemplation. You need to take some time to rest and to contemplate and really look and feel and listen to your intuition, okay? Because there's definitely messages there in your feelings. I don't feel like you really need to acknowledge that that you're right in feeling that something's not right, because I can see that. This is really going to resonate for you when you hear this. It's just going to be like, yeah, I get what this really is, okay? Meditation's really going to help to bring this enlightenment your way as well. Oh, and at the back of the deck, we've got temperance. Things are going to come back into balance for you. So, yeah, that's what you need to acknowledge here. Let's have a look now at what you need to heal and release. Okay, so what do you need to heal and release? Let's have a look. We've got sexuality. We've got beauty. we've got home, we've got strategy, victory, magician in the mirror, we've got the end of a tough cycle, good, that's what we want to hear, and we've got believe in the impossible, and personal power, beautiful. Alrighty. I just want to say straight up first, because what was coming through to me as well while I was shuffling the cards was that for some of you, your experience might be what they call a fake twin flame. So this could be somebody who seems like they're your twin flame, is playing out a particular sort of scenario that is put out there that is supposed to be what twin flames go through or something. And I feel like this person could have made you feel like they were your twin flame, but in fact they're not. So just take note, because I am getting that message that that could be what it is as well, okay? Because there's definitely not a positive relationship that you had been in, okay? So let's have a look now. What can you heal and release? Spirit have here. I want to say you are going to get victory here, because we've got victory, we've got magician in the mirror, and we've got personal power. So you need to find your willpower to get through this, because it is the end of a tough cycle approaches. So take a deep breath, guys, because this is going to be ending, okay? This is the end of this cycle for you. So keep going, keep moving, keep having strength, because victory is coming. As I said to you, I feel like there's some court cases involved here with you. I don't feel like it's quite the end with this. It's the end of your relationship, but there's still some sort of, in the way of this coming to light of whatever they've done that's been deceitful. That's still connected to this, but it will be coming to an end, and you will get victory from that. And I see with this magician here that you're going to be able to you're going to have the tools to create something really amazing moving forwards. It's almost like end of cycle, you coming into this beautiful, powerful being who you are, and you taking that through and manifesting what you want. Spirit's saying also to make sure, believe in the impossible, believe that you can get through this, because you absolutely can. All right, now there could be a home tied up here as well, because we do have home, or there could be a home that you need to let go of, or there could be letting go of the nostalgia or that's connected with that relationship, okay? I also see here with this beauty again, the snake is just standing out to me so much. No, I don't think I've ever noticed that in a card before, but that snake is there, and I feel like this is about this person may come across as beautiful and charming and loving, but there's a snake. You know, they're not honest, all right? And I feel like this is about you understanding and learning that there are people out there that are like that, and that you need to let go of that. And I'm here feeling in the heart chakra that you're very heartbroken over it. So Spirit's saying to that you're going to have to let it go and release it and come to a forgiveness. Now, when I say that, I do not say this lightly, and I say do it in baby steps, and I say do it at your own pace, but it's just for you. It's not forgetting what they've done, but it's releasing that energy from your heart, because I physically can feel this hurt in your heart, and it could even affect your heart. You may be getting like little flutters in your heart or something. But to really release and heal from this relationship, you need to let go of what has happened and the deceit, and acknowledge your own power, come into victory and forgive them for what's happened, forgive them for what they've done, thank them for teaching you, them for what you've learned from this, and let it and find forgiveness for them and compassion, and knowing that they are, that where they're at in the journey, and you know, wounded people wound, okay, so they're wounded. So if you want to look at it in that way, that may help you to find the compassion to forgive, okay? But again, I say that it's not forgetting, it's just releasing you from that energy. I just have to say what I'm getting, okay? And then we've got sexuality. So I feel like here you need to heal yourself, you need to embrace your own sexual self. I also get this feeling here with sexuality that there could be some cords that are attached in your base chakra, sacral chakra area, and it's going to be good to remove those. You could do that through meditation. Again, I'm seeing the snake. I'm seeing this. There's another snake. I never saw that before either. Again, another card, and this snake's out to attack. She's looking over her back. I want to say watch your back, okay, because I feel like this person's still being toxic. You need to really protect yourself energetically. You need to put like a bubble of protection around you, but definitely need to cut the cords, because they're very toxic, and they could be talking about you behind your back. They're sending negative energy. You can see her, and she knows it, so you probably know it, because she's there. There's the snake behind her back, but look at her looking back here. So that's going to help with your healing, because if you've got negative cords that are attached, or if they're speaking bad about you or something toxic behind your back, you take what resonates here, you'll know, and that's affecting your energy field. It's affecting your progress. It's affecting you moving out of this, okay? So cutting that off. Go see a healer, go see a counselor, go do some meditations on YouTube to remove any illegal cords that are attached, okay? And protect your energy every day with a bubble of light. You know, just Spirit's also showing me on the shoulders as well. There's energy there from that person sitting on your shoulders. So I would visualize the energy moving away. You could also call in Archangel Michael to assist in releasing this negative energy from this person, okay? All right, we've also got strategy. You need to find a strategy. With this, it just reaffirms to me my feeling about this situation, whatever it is, and I think it's because there's many of you, it could be different ways, but whatever it is, it's a toxic situation that's still lingering, and it's going to need a strategy. You're going to need to have a plan to get through this. If this is a legal case, victory is coming, as I said. Now, I want to do a few of my cards here. I made my own cards, and I'm going to pull some of them to get some further messages from your spirit guides. You are wise. You are leveling up. Beautiful. This is what you want to see, because that means that you have done something that's well, of course, because you're ending this tough cycle. You definitely are leveling up, and we've got the butterfly at your throat. So to me, this is about you coming into your truth, transformation into your truth. Beautiful. You've got what it takes. So however difficult or challenging this is, you've got what it takes to get through. This is not a quick, easy healing. This is something that's going to take some courage and some personal power, but you've got this. You can do it. 1111, activation number, spiritual activation. You're being called to your path. You know, this is part of your destiny to move through this. but you are going to grow from this. Again, personal power. You're transforming and coming into your personal power. Look at this all aligning, guys. If you're wanting the confirmation, here it is. I'm just shuffling and pulling them out. You got heart chakra. You'll heal the heart chakra. Okay? Watch your thought patterns. Okay? Try and focus on the positive. I know this is hard. Try and, especially with this situation, if it's to do with courts or something, getting away from this person. Because as I'm saying that, Spirit's leading me to this picture here, where you've got this leopard standing over her. So this person might be hard to get rid of. They may keep trying to come back. Try and visualize, you know, you getting away, and the doors are open for you. You couldn't get any better. That's all you want to see. The doors are open for you. So, you know, Spirit's leading the way here. There is hope. You chose the star. There's hope for you here. You will move through this. You are very wise. As I said, we have the owl there. And I'm being guided to do some more messages just because it's just a tough situation for you. See through the illusion, okay? With this card is about you letting go of the old in your life. Oh, I meant to pick one more, but I got three. That's okay. Your spirit guides really want to get this through. Release control. Okay, this is more about you needing to have things happen when you want it to happen. It's more about allowing things to happen as it does, okay? And then we've got here, with this card here, this is a blocked sacral chakra. And I've just popped it on sexuality. And that, again, because of your past relationship, you sort of shut it down. This could be because there was abuse in regards to that as well. So look at healing that and opening and balancing that chakra. Breathe some air, like breathe into that chakra with the intention to release and balance it. Also, you can look at some doing some feminine energy healing, okay, and sexual healing around there. And be brave. Again, last message was be brave. Your spirit guides are here with you. Keep going. I know this is a really tough situation, but it is coming to it will come to an end. They're saying you need to believe in the impossible as it feels, as hard as it feels, and I can feel it literally on your back, the heaviness. So some of you may be having shoulder issues, shoulder pain. If that's the case, go get some, I tend to hold a lot of stress and stuff in my shoulders. What I find really helpful for me is getting a shiatsu massage, because actually it's not easy, it's a little bit painful, but it gets the pressure points and helps you release. I actually feel the energy moving, which is to me a really good confirmation of how it's working with my physical body. So that's just a suggestion, you don't have to do that, but I do feel the energy at your shoulders, okay? Keep moving forwards, and I send you all my love. And if you do need any, as I said, if you need any spiritual guidance or a healing session with me, my details are in the description box. But you know, if you do need help, don't be afraid to go and get some help, because sometimes we all need it, you know. Anyway, I wish you much love, and I hope that you got something out of this, and I hope that helps you moving forwards. Much love.